Hey everybody, welcome back to Pixel Junkies. We're playing Prey 2017 and we're fighting whoever that is. We're able to pause time there? What the fuck was that?
Help!
Oh, can you... Oh, okay, yeah.
Turd, help me!
Man, they got a lot of cloud hoppers down in this wing. Oh, Jesus. He fired a laser.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's good.
I don't even know where that meme came from. Oh, fuck
What, I'm
me.
firing my laser?
Yeah.
It came from,
So
if I remember
shoot-the-whoop
correctly,
around.
now this is old internet shit that we're getting into here now. This is like pre-Newgrounds shit. What was the name of that website? It was like Dog something?
Dog? Z thing?
Was that the name of it? Anyway, it was
There's also Stick Death. Remember that? Remember Stick Death?
I do not.
You remember Super Beast? You gotta get... Computer shut now. You gotta get down with the sickness.
You getting down with the
You don't remember Stick Death? Oh, man.
I actually do not remember Stick Death.
He went to Greenville. They sent Super Beast to Greenville, and he fucked everybody up. Bunch of flash animations about Stickman, but generally a lot of people died in them and had sex, and it was all like, for like early 2000s. You know, us as like 12-year-olds, we were like, oh man, Stickman sex. This is top shelf. We've reached the pinnacle of 12-year-old.
I mean, yeah.
There's also a couple different video games that they made, or just, you know, shitty flash point-and-click games.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure that game comes from, or that meme comes from somebody like did a reanimation of an old Dragon Ball Z episode where Cell was charging up an attack and he goes, I'm a firing my laser or whatever.
Oh, is that the one where the guy said he's about to go Super Saiyan and he spends like 8 minutes not doing anything?
No, it's not only, but yeah.
Oh, you almost got him.
Fuck
Oh man, you got
yes.
no health.
Don't worry, I recharge automatically up to,
Up to 20 or something.
yeah.
Alright, well wait till you recharge and then save. Unless you already saved.
I already saved, it's fine.
Yeah,
Fuck!
oh. God damn. Why didn't you get fucking like a real gun? Why didn't nobody have a real gun on this?
I do actually have a real gun. How do I bring up my
But you only got like 4 bullets and you don't do anything.
I have 15 ammo and it does no damage.
Yeah, see, this is the same problem I had with Devil May Cry. When we did a special
Devil Cry.
Devil May Cry, yeah. Like, if there's, you know, looter shooters and the fucking grindy-ass, bullet spongy games, whatever. I'm fine with that as long as you establish a set of rules in which your game plays by. But if you're gonna introduce a game like Devil May Cry or Vampire the Masquerade, because I've been playing that.
Which one, the original?
The Bloodlines.
You've been playing the original...
Well, not the original, but the original Bloodlines. You know, the whatever, 2006 3D one. But anyway, unless that was the original, I thought there was like a shitty pixel one as well, or sort of a top-down one. Anyway, you know, baseball bats in that game do more damage than firearms, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's like you finally get a pistol, and you shoot a guy in the head with it, and you see a little 10 flash up next to his head. Meanwhile, you hit him in the head in a baseball bat, and you get 14 damage. It's like, doesn't what? Like, oh, you only have 1 block of firearms. It's like, okay. Like, my ability to use a gun shouldn't determine its damage. It should determine my accuracy with it. Unless guns are just shitty off the bat in that game. And it's like, oh, well, vampires don't take as much damage with guns. Oh, is that scripted?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I just installed a new...
Oh, man. You respawn in Borderlands.
I'm telekinetic. This respawn in Borderlands. A much better game.
Talk about
I joke, of course. I would never say that about Borderlands. Fucking Jesus.
Borderlands is okay, I guess. I think it's overrated myself.
I like Borderlands a lot, actually. I've had a lot of fun with it, but I can't get anybody to play with me. The fuck is
well,
this?
Well, you gotta play it on PC with a proper platform. The Spider-Man's new web or whatever. Remember in Far From Home? He's like, I shoot web 3000.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know what on earth you were trying to say to me.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Are you sure? Because I feel like I should worry about
it. It is. You going to see Far From Home, Adam? It's gonna be the first movie since Thanos. The first movie outside of Adam. We're living in a post-Thanos world. Oh,
We
that
are
fucked
living
him
in a
up.
post-Thanos world. I'm finding it hard to concentrate because
No, that's you every time. I just gotta talk to myself over here.
just
Did that say what? Did that say box saying?
this box.
Yeah, yeah. Down. Look, yeah, look at the floor. What does that say? Oh, Peterson's. I thought it said Patronus on it.
Expecto Patronus.
I thought there was a Malaysian gas company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If you know, if your game has guns in it, have guns do more damage than melee weapons.
At least against certain enemy
Which
types,
is-
I'll admit.
well-
'Cause, like if you're fighting werewolves, guns ain't doing jack
Well,
shit.
if it's a specific enemy where damage should do less from a specific weapon, sure. But if I'm shooting minorities, then melee weapons shouldn't do more damage than
Fucking
firearms.
stop calling me.
Because I was also thinking of like, and I posed this question to the group the other day, and I got no responses apart from Rory, and Andrew being the traditional dick that he is. And the question was, I said, well, it wasn't really a question, but like, who's the most, yourself included, the most like diverse, progressive gamer that you know? And by that I mean like not necessarily like, you know.
Get out of the way, you fucking robot. Oh, for
What the fuck is it? What the fuck going on here?
Mimics are coming at
Shit
me.
flying in my mouth. So yeah, so like, what drives you to play certain genres of games, and what turns you away from other genres of games? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking bring up the goo gun. God damn it.
That was a tiny cloud. That one. That's a little chode cloud.
Sometimes I play for the story. Sometimes I play for the immersion I feel. Why do I play games? Sometimes I just play because they're fun. Like
Yeah,
I
but so-
play a lot of platformers, certain platforms, because I like. I just find them fun. It's like Guacamelee or Ori or Rayman or whatever. I've actually playing Ori for the first time, and I'm really enjoying my time with it
Oh,
so
yeah?
far. I don't
Are
know.
you
I
gonna
think
get
we're
the
all
second one?
diverse in different ways. Like there are certain games that you just won't touch.
Not
and-
really.
Okay, if I asked you to play a RTS, would you play it?
All right. Oh, absolutely. I play RTS.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 was one of my favorite games as a kid.
Yeah. Okay, well, never mind.
Red Alert 3 is also great. And I played Halo Wars. I mean, you know, there are games that I shit on a lot, and I definitely dial it up for videos a bit more than maybe is the case.
Yeah,
But-
I will admit that like my gaming tastes are usually platformers, shooters, action adventures. For the most part, I will dip into other games, okay, and like RTS strategy games. Like I'll dip into other games, somewhat, but I'm not like into sports games or racing games or fighting games or anything. I think Rory's got a pretty wide palette when it comes to a lot of stuff.
I don't really know what Rory plays.
Plays a bit of everything really, but he's in the fighting games now. But
My name's Aaron. Aaron Ingram.
Oh man, my name's Aaron. Oh, I'm Aaron. Hey, how's it going?
fucking
Hey me.
there we go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think I'm pretty, because it came up because I was thinking that of our group that I was probably the most diverse gamer, because I'll play fighting games, and not, you know, I'm not massive on games like Tekken and stuff, but UFC, I mean, Rory wouldn't say that's a fighting game. I'm not, you know, and you know, I guess for the record, I have tried those types of fighting games that Rory's talking about. They're not massively my thing. That's maybe one of the only genres that I won't touch. I like RTS, I like shooters, I like sports games, I like racing games, I like platformers, I like puzzle games. I like all kind of games.
I like puzzle games.
So it's and that's sort of that's what I like about Tomb Raider so much, is because I feel like it combines a lot of those genres, and it, you know, I'm shy of sports and racing, but like there's a shooter element to Tomb Raider. There's a platformer element. There's also just sort of that exploration, sort of big vista set piece moment element to the game, and then of course you have the puzzle solving, and that's like, it scratches so many itches all at once. Plus it's got a great story with pretty, you know, interesting characters. 'Cause I just finished playing through Shadow of the Tomb Raider again. I think I was talking about that last time.
Yeah.
That
I
was
didn't
fun.
particularly enjoy that game. I prefer Rise of the Tomb Raider more than that one.
Yeah, I think there were some better character moments for Lara and Shadow, but you know, yeah, I like the world more in Shadow because like Peru is just a more interesting set piece to me than like shithole Russia. But there's a couple of different, like the beginning of Rise, which takes place in like where the hell is it? Somalia or some shit.
What, Rise of the
Yeah,
Tomb
where's the
Raider?
begin? Where's the first mission in Rise of the Tomb Raider? It begins with an S, doesn't it? I gotta look it up. Anyway, it's
I
like in a
cannot
it's like in a
remember.
deserty place. Yeah, there's a tomb in Syria that you go to. That's what it is. I don't know if it began with an S. Anyway, that type of level, that's cool. I love that setting. You know, like it's like a hot environment. Now, I did obviously like a snow environment because the first game takes place. I don't know. I guess with all three games, they've kind of covered most of the different sort of biomes that you can have. The first game is like Yamatai with like kind of semi-tropical, boreal, Japanese islands, rain islands, and then you got a little bit of Syria, though we could have used more of that, and then Siberia, and then the third game takes place entirely in Peru, which is awesome. And I really enjoyed that, but man, it was a pain in the ass on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah,
Also
I
encountered a
don't
lot
know.
of bugs
That
as well.
story just, I wasn't grasping the story for whatever reason. Like, it just wasn't doing it for me.
But the bit where Lara snaps though.
She snaps?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Did you play that game or what?
What, the...
Shadow.
I got to the part where you got to the hidden city and the kind of ancient...
Paititi?
Yeah. I got to there and I just lost interest.
Okay, you're like a quarter of the way through the game.
Yeah. How does she
Well,
snap?
Well, something happens and Lara kind of goes a little bit insane, and there's probably one of the greatest character moments in any game for me, where she just goes insane and you feel so It's like that, you know you're talking about like Battlefront 2, where like you're the Imperial soldier running around on a rebel ship and they're like, oh my god, they're killing everybody, there's only one of them, run.
Yeah.
And like you feel like such a badass in that moment because everybody's afraid of you.
Yeah.
Well, that's this, but like dialed up because
Oh,
the game knows it and it's playing it up so much. You're like, fuck yes, I'm Lara fucking Croft. You're all fucked. It's great. I love it. So that bit of the game was great, and
Okay, good. That fire's gone.
oh
Run.
sweet. They're fun games, but it's a pain in the ass on Deadly Obsession because you got to. You don't every time you can only save at campfires, and you got to make the campfires yourself.
Where the fucking goddamn door controls? For fuck's...
He's on your ass now. Can you get in there? Okay. He's coming though. Oh, he's shooting his thing.
I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do.
Anyway, whenever you
Oh,
die,
for
you go back to the last time you saved, which is a big pain in the ass. Because there's a number of set pieces in that game where you just can't save. You gotta do like multiple encounters and there's no saving.
In
Shadow, it's a fuck like.
Oh yeah, I noticed that as well. And like the stealth is a bit fucked in that
Well,
game.
in the normal difficulties, it auto saves after every little set piece, but on the Daily Obsession, it only saves at campfires. So it's like there's a really long like puzzle section that you got to do one bit, and then oh nice, and then after that there's one of those real long like run away from bad guys things and don't get caught, and I fucked that up like 4 times and I had to replay like 40 minutes a game. It's a huge pain in the ass, but it's a fun game, Don. I finished all the DLC as well. The DLC could have been better. It was just a bunch of puzzle tombs, except the puzzles weren't hard at all. So it was kind of a bit of a soggy dick.
That's one of the reasons I love the second game so much, is because I felt like it was like an actual Castlevania game.
Yeah, I feel like the third game did that better. To some degree, because I feel like the...
Jesus!
I'm gonna fly out of his seat over there.
Yeah.
I feel like because like Rise did a great job with it, but I think Shadow did a great job with making the tombs actually like their own level. Because I felt like a lot of the tombs in the first two games were kind of just like detours. Like it was something you ran past and you could do optionally on the way.
Yeah,
They're still optional in Shadow, but they felt like a huge level.
I will say there was a really great moment in Shadow of the Tomb Raider where Laura is coming through the jungle and you're seeing a bunch of patrols up ahead of the enemy faction, Trinity or whatever they're called, and you're like, ah, fuck, I gotta get through these. And all of a sudden you just see, like, what was that? And you see this fucking thing shoot out of the jungle and tackle a guy, like Predator style, and drag him off of the woods as I'm sneaking up on him and be like,
Yeah, well, it is a Predator, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Like an actual...
Yeah, he's like over here or whatever.
Discomforting.
Dylan.
Dylan.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
So anyway, you know, massive segue, I guess. Not really segue. Massive tangent. That's the word. When you're shit hammered. I don't know. I just want, like, I'm curious what drives people to play certain games. Like, you look at a game at E3.
There's just an AoE effect on the fucking floor.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that last time. Yeah, you ran through it last time, and it almost killed you, but you backed away just in time. Please don't have that shit kill you.
Oh yeah.
Save again. Yeah, don't run into the purple shit, Adam.
I fucking hate this fucking game.
How far back is this?
I mean, I'm right here. It's fine. The Typhon kill us, but it's not because they're evil. It's just because they can't feel emotions.
So,
it's called being evil, asshole.
So I guess you could probably dissect, because you don't like sports games, right?
Yeah.
And it's just because you don't like sports?
I don't mind sports.
Because, I mean, you're all about them Raptors winning that whatnot.
Well, here's the thing. This year I've really kind of gotten into sports because I've been watching it with my dad, and I've been having a lot of fun watching it with Dad. And it's fun watching the games with him. Kind of, you know, like just bonding with him, I suppose, if you want to put it that way. But it's also, I don't know, it's also just enjoyable to watch. I've been finding I'm watching sports more and more, but I still don't like playing sports games. I just don't find that gameplay engaging. Like, outside, at least not engaging outside of, like, I don't know, fucking around with your friends, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously there's a draw to something like Doom versus, I don't know, what's something not drastically different. Like, I don't know, I guess you would play Doom over Arma, or is
Yeah, I would play Doom over Arma. I'm not huge into simulators. Like, I like playing a game and feeling not powerful, but I don't like feeling that I have to fuck about in a game quite as much. Like, that's one of the reasons I got thrown off of Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, watch the purple shit.
Yeah. Is because I got really tired of every time something would happen. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
they're mimics is what it is.
yeah, oh, well, 10 out of 10 turning into something and not being obvious about it. Yeah, I mean, I can totally see that. But so then, obviously, immersion plays a factor for you as well. So I'm just curious how...
But it's like a different type... Like, I'm more immersed in the story, not necessarily... Like, I don't need...
But can you get immersed in Doom's story?
Well, I don't play Doom to get super immersed in the... You know, because it has a fantastic story, although I do think it has a decent story. The reason I play Doom is because I run around and I'm shooting the shit out of aliens, which is fun. And then I get immersed because I'm living a power fantasy where I'm this badass demon slayer that all the demons are literally shitting themselves trying to kill and just prevent. And I feel great in that fantasy. And the only time I kind of exit out of that fantasy is when I die. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. The Doom Marine wouldn't die, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I'm glad that used up all of my fucking ammo.
See, I find that, I mean, I agree, but I feel like that payoff of feeling like a badass is much more satisfying when there's a build-up. Like, when it establishes the world, establishes the characters, it sets a standard at, like, this is what normal is in this world.
Yeah.
And then something big happens and you go, oh shit, that's not normal in this world. So, like, you know, it just creates a different atmosphere that I feel like is more satisfying than something a game like Doom, for example, where shit is always hitting the fan, and that's the normal. Like that's the normal world.
Yeah, I do understand it. I don't know. I really did enjoy it. Like I would say for me the most immersive game I think I've ever played is Mass Effect, because I got super immersed in the story. I just loved the characters. I guess that's one of the my favorite thing about not every game obviously, because a game like Ori and the Blind Forest Guacamelee or whatever, it doesn't have like the most intense story I've with the most intense characters or anything. But I find that like jellied eels, ugh. If I find that like if the characters are nice, like Mass Effect is a good example, like really nice, likable characters, including your protagonist. That's when I got super invested in that game. Like I have played through Mass Effect 2, probably close to 10, 11 times I've played through that game in its totality.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love that game.
Yeah, and that's probably... I feel like Mass Effect, I guess, is a good middle ground between, like, lots of shooting and combat and different strategy and all that kind of thing, but also slow moments where characters can, like, actually bond. But make those slow moments still kind of interesting. And I guess that's because that's just the way that like the storytelling works in the game, and I found that a lot in Red Dead. Though I can see like reasons why people wouldn't get that out of it. But just talking to like, and especially maybe for me, there's a lot more nostalgia there because I played the first Redemption when it came out, and just seeing like, oh man, like, you fucking like bent in half there. Just seeing like Abigail again is like. It's just like, I don't know, it just blew my mind seeing, like, because I never thought, like, in 1,000 years, if you said in 2011, if you said in 9 years you're gonna be able to go back to New Austin and, see all the original characters again in like turbo uber 4K quality, I would be like, maybe, sure. But like, it's just great to go back to those old spaces and see all that, and then to get all those characters and more, and still get like a really great storytelling, because Arthur is probably at this point a more interesting character than John was, and that's just cool. That's cool to get that again, because even though it's made by the same people, I mean, Redemption 2 is absolutely a love letter to the first game. And I guess if you're a fan of the first game, then it's just, it's awesome. But anyway, I guess that'll be that episode.
So I have so little health, and that guy just it just shoots off electricity. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but I have to let him out.
Why do you gotta let him out?
Because in order to get past the section, I need to open that test chamber.
Can you open it and then close it again?
No.
Oh.
Because when he's comes alive, he destroys this console.
Oh, this is like the Indoraptor.
Yeah, pretty much, except not as cool.
Well, yeah, he didn't wink at the camera. But can you just can you just run to where you gotta go now?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe yeah. Sure. Let's try it.
Exterminate the Phantom. So you have to kill him?
I guess. I don't know. He's probably got something on him that I need.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can figure that out next time.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks to everybody for watching. We'll see you then whenever we kill this. Oh, did you just kill him? Nope. Alright. Bye.